So now you've transitioned into. Are you a mushroom farmer? How should we describe what you do here?
I'm a myco lover.
Okay.
And I just love mushrooms. Before the pandemic, a good buddy of mine, Del Jolly, who I had worked with at Charlotte's Web. If you recall, Charlotte's Web was the hemp oil company that Charlotte Fiji was a little girl who had Dravet syndrome, and she was not doing well with seizures. Her mother and her father fought hard to find the medicine and get it to her. Even though they were breaking the law federally, they still administered it to her. And the Stanley brothers went and found a bunch of hemp out in Kansas along the ditch banks and started extracting it and giving it to them and made a really highly potent, very, very, worthwhile, beneficial oil. And so we did the work there already on a plant that was highly misunderstood, and not many people knew the difference between THC and CBD, or hemp, I should say. Real similar, minus the high, psychotropic high you get from smoking marijuana or THC. But hemp has tons of benefits. Together at the right levels, a very potent medicine.
So the mushroom farming. So let's first say the website so everyone can go check it out.
Yeah, we're sitting here at MycoLove Farm, which is mycolove.farm.
Yeah, MYCO love.com.
Yes. So Myco means mushroom, and then My Colorado, since it's local, and you got CO can stand for a lot of stuff. So mycolove.farm is where we're at now, where we are growing medicinal functional mushrooms, turkey tail, lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps. These are new to a lot of the population here in the States in Western medicine, but they are long-standing remedies and cures for a lot of stuff back east and in China and Asia. They've been using these beautiful fungi forever. It's an entire kingdom. Mm-hmm. So when we say queendom, but they have their own kingdom.
Oh, are they female?
Fungi. Yeah, they're the mamas of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So what does it do? Like, what is the mushroom? It's extract, right? It's oil that you're selling.
Yeah, it's a dual extract alcohol water.
Yeah. So what does it do? Like, what are the benefits? Like, what if I'm very interested in this? Because
the fungal kingdom is they say anywhere from 2.2 million to 3.8 million of any sort of fungus around the world. And we've only discovered and identified of fruiting bodies about 100,000+. So we're just scratching the surface on what could be out there in the world. And if you believe that Mother Earth provides everything for us humans to balance everything out, I believe that the fungal kingdom has everything we need in it to balance out any of the ailments or disease that we have here in our country and in the world. So when you're working with these mushrooms, they all do different things, but they all basically do the same thing. They're here to help us.
Yeah.
And so reishi is one that helps with anxiety, the nervous system. It's the mushroom of longevity. There's the mushroom of immortality. Helps with longevity, vitality, all sorts of stuff. And so in the world, we're under stress constantly. These lights right now are sending stress to us. So if you can protect yourself and put something in your body that's a preventative form of maintenance, just like you put oil in your car and you put high leaded gas in your car because you want that thing to run well, we should do the same to our body. And that's why I take reishi every day.
Yeah. I was watching this documentary a couple months ago about mushrooms, and I didn't realize how complex the network of mushrooms on Earth are. So they were making the statement that mushrooms act as the Earth's central nervous system almost, where they pick up in changes in the climate, in the temperature, in a lot, the soil, all sorts of things. And then they actually communicate with other mushrooms through this complex nerve network underground. Is that am I describing it correctly? Because it blew my mind when I first heard about it.
The mycelial network underneath the ground. And then the mycorrhizal network that goes into the roots of all plants. All living plants have a little thread, single cell hyphae of mycelium going up inside of them that communicates with the mother. Mm-hmm. It's one whole thing. And that's why it's beautiful, because these grow in nature, but we're able to do the same thing, replicate with an oak and soil holes combined together with some water to make a substrate that's basically like making a tree that would have fallen in the forest. And then they come and decompose. They're the big decomposers of everything that dies.
Yeah.
They breathe in oxygen and breathe out CO2. They don't photosynthesize the sun, and they eat dead things. So there's a few similarities to humans.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
But they're very bioavailable. Lion's mane's great for your brain, for neuronal growth, basically for all neurons in your body. Lion's mane is one that we're going to have a lot of research done here soon that's going to show that it's something that everybody should have in their daily regimen. It enhances your dream state too, so you're dreaming pretty amazing dreams. Not like crazy, wacky, high psychedelic type, but just like a dream like this. Like I'm in a room with mushrooms and a bunch of guys filming me, and like I'm here and I'm in it and I'm feeling like I'm there being interviewed.
No, I'm literally feeling like I'm in a dream right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting in a mushroom room.
Sometimes I feel
with
the same
Jake
way.
Plummer.
Yeah.
We're on Grit Week doing a
about to
podcast.
wake up.
There's going to be millions of people maybe that listen to this.
We've
Like,
already done this interview. I'm about to wake up because we took some lion's mane with us, and so this is actually Wednesday already. We got to talk about the show.
This is a dream. This is a dream. It's
This
a great
whole
dream,
thing.
though. So,
Yeah, no, this is
You guys
regardless-
turned on the right road to get here.
Yeah.
Whoever's controlling you got you here. So we're all...
Fuck, now I'm
So-
kind of fucked up. I'm not
like,
gonna lie.
along-
I'm actually
Along
little.
those same lines, like let's get into it a little bit because do you feel at all like you were destined to have this life that you've had? Because I read a little bit about you growing up, and you were given the nickname Jake. Your name's not actually Jake.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but you were given the name, and you loved Jake. Who was it? It was
Jake the Snake.
It was Ken Stabler.
Kenny Stabler,
right?
Ken
yeah.
Stabler
Ken
got
Stabler.
it. Gave
Got
it
it.
to Jake the Snake to
Yeah.
this Jake the Snake.
So like modeling, ever since you were a kid, you looked up to Ken Stabler. You were an outstanding quarterback all the way through high school. Go to Arizona State. It feels like you've had like a perfect line from when you were a kid to what your career's been and where you're at right now. Do you feel like you were ever destined to do that?
I've taken my hand off the wheel, really, just to see where it goes. As I was saying with the work with CBD, it showed me the power that, not in a bad way, but the influence and power we have as athletes. If we stand in our truth and really stand with our heart open and communicate to people, we can help change the way they approach their health and wellness and how their lives are. So through the Charlotte's Web, we affected a lot of people. We affected a lot of people in a positive way. So I felt like, wow, what a gift, How do I do that now and actually do that in my own life? Like, I'm doing this, but I'm still struggling with things. I'm still trying to find my path. So hands off the wheel, the pandemic hits, and then mushrooms come into the picture by my buddy Dale Jolly, who kind of showed me like, hey, this is nature. And I've always been about nature. I mean, I grew up in Sawtooth Mountains as a young kid. We've always been backpacking, and I find my peace of mind when I'm sitting by a stream or in trees or out in the mountains, in the woods, or around living, growing things. And so this just came around as another opportunity to take a misunderstood kingdom and educate people on the difference between psilocybin and lion's mane. Lion's mane does almost the same thing psilocybin does. There's some research that shows this, that it does most of the same stuff, clarity-wise, focus, your senses, but without the psychotropic high. So it's like, these things are so diverse. I can't tell you anything other than what I know and have experienced. And I know a lot more than you guys, but I know about that much compared to Paul Stamets or Robert Rogers, who've been doing this for 30 plus years. They are mushrooms themselves. They're walking around and they're mushrooms. They're spreading the spores. Yeah. So I've been, the path that I've gotten to, no way did I ever expect to be farming mushrooms in Fort Lupton and extracting them, and then also working with Umbo, another getumbo.com. You can go there to check out our bars that have 2.5 grams of mushrooms in them, to try to introduce them to people, because most people are like, ooh, I don't like mushrooms, they're gross. All right, well, try this bar. It's got 2.5 grams of mushrooms, of functional mushrooms in it. Wow, this bar is amazing. In fact, it's better than any bar I've ever tasted on the market. Perfect. Well, buy this bar, check it out.
Yeah.
Now we're introducing something that we've eliminated from our complete diets for hundreds of years. When we evolved, we ate mushrooms. It's a no-brainer that's one of the food sources we had wherever you went. Come with me to the mountains and we'll go find some chanterelles. Yeah. There's food being grown by Pachamama, by Mother Earth for us. This is just remembering old knowledge. And so it's fun to be, again, taking something misunderstood and bringing it out to the people to make them kind of scratch their head and go, what the hell? And then they're, oh, Jake, he's not a wacko. He knows his stuff. I respect him from his days, how he left the game. I'm going to check this out. Mm-hmm. So it's an intensely, like, I'm very humbled by the ability to bring this to people, because I've already felt and had many people's lives change already just by being able to get a better night's sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm sleeping again.
Yeah.
Really sleeping. I'm like, yeah, what else has happened? I'm like, I'm up early now. I'm jogging Now, man, me and my wife are smiling at each other. I'm like, things can change, but you just have to be ready to. You have to be open to it.
Yeah.
And I don't here to force it on anybody. I'm just here to go, hey, this is me. This is what I'm doing. Check it out.
We should say now specifically, maybe just for Billy, but for anybody out there that might be like Billy, that doesn't mean that go into the woods and just find a mushroom and eat it.
No.
Just want to make that part.
That is a good point. Yeah, they're so
dangerous.
diverse. I mean, there's some that look exactly the same, but you have to do a spore print to know, if you can eat one or the
Spore
other.
print.
So.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah, you take the cap of the mushroom off and set it on a piece of paper and then put a cup over it. You can do white paper or black paper, depending, because some spores, as you look around, there's a few spots where they're dark or they're light. So, yeah, and then it just leaves, every mushroom has its own print.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Every human has our own fingerprint.
Yeah, it's like a snowflake.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's another similarity.
I think they are humans. I think you've successfully convinced me that we're related to mushrooms.
I hope I can turn into one.
Listen,
forever.
all I'm going to say is
Come back
I want to
every-
eat one like
Come
Mario and grow up to be 7 feet tall.
Come back every year in the forest. And
Yes.
my kids can come find me and eat me.
like, there's Dad. Just based off vibe checks, I would say you got to check this stuff out because you as your aura or vibe is just a very relaxed, assured person who's just this is my life. And like I said, the fact that you walked away from the game when you could have played and made millions more, it's also, you're kind of a trailblazer because it's happening now.
Yeah.
Guys are doing it now. But when it happened with you, it was like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, thanks for noticing that and saying that. That's very nice. And, I'd never had a plan in place. I didn't plan to go to ASU and stand up after the season and call out the entire team as a 170-pound freshman saying we could play better and these seniors, they need us right now. I didn't have that plan. It just happened, And so this is just another thing that's just come my way. I'm not a mycologist. I can't tell you everything about these things, but I got people surrounding me just like a great team, like I did when I played ball. I could do what I could do, but I needed a good right tackle. I needed a good punter. I needed somebody that would come and clean the locker room after we made a mess, so we could come back and have fresh, clear minds. So I'm building the team, and I'm not necessarily the quarterback, but I'm just a part of it that's helping drive this thing. And if I can be authentic and genuine in how I approach this, then I believe that we're just going to help people become a little aware of a different way to look at life. Sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes.
Check it out. Check out GetHumble.com and MycoLove.farm.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, hey, whatever.